Oh, speaking of Toko Tokos.
Oh, do we have Toko Tokos in the base? This is how I wanted to start my stream. You got that?
Yeah, it's only 2 of them.
Okay. Fucking ball one of them. They have like really angry toucans. Well, they teleport. That's about how I expected that to go. Jesus, all of the elements. Dude, it's like Captain Planet just fucking sneezed all over them. Wow, that was incredible. I exist. We're doing a thing. All the rage for the last week has been PalWorld. And we're going to go over what you can do to be able to play the game in a way that your data is not going to get lost. This is a very, very easy thing to do. It just has a lot of steps. Oh, that's my YouTube channel. Ignore that. Alright. The first thing you need is Steam Command. You can get a dedicated server out of the tools section of Steam and download it that way. As you can see, I did. And I am actually currently using. It's fine. But if you want a little more granular control, or if you're deploying to a non-normal location or a location that doesn't have Steam, like a dedicated server, an auxiliary piece of hardware or something like that, this is the video you want to be watching. So I want to say stream, but there's nobody there. Alright, we're moving along. Start with Steam Command. Okay. We're just going to go right to the part here where it says downloading Steam Command for Windows. Click this little one. And it asks me where you want to download it. We're going to put it in my tutorial PAL server folder. You can put yours wherever you like. It's a zip file. Okay, and all I did was Google up Steam Command. It was literally one of the first results. Now, your results may be different in my mind. Google does some funny stuff with indexing. But it's Steam Command. I mean, it'll be near the top. Now, here's the other thing you're going to need. Love autocomplete. That's not what I wanted. Alright, we're going to go to... Jesus, it's pulling up all my repos. Oh my god. Not my dashboard, oh my god. Okay, all I want is, ARRCON. Archon. Archon. And we're going to go down a little bit to 33 releases. This is the name. It's RAD J307 Archon. Down here. This is right at the top of the repo. 33 releases. You're going to pull your Windows zip file. And I recommend putting that right next to wherever you put Steam Command. Now, we're going to pull one other piece of information up just for reference. PalWorld Steam App ID. You're going to need that. There's the app ID. Alright, we're just going to put that on. Actually, let's copy that. And we'll put that on hold for now. That's for later. That little folder. That's got some magic in it.
Sorry.
This is what I actually want right here. We're going to go to our, where I put those. Alright, first thing we're going to do, unzip Steam command. Now you probably want to put this in a more intelligent place than I am. I'm shoving everything in one folder for the sake of being able to delete it all at the end of the video. Use your brain when you're doing this. I can teach you how the process works. I can't think for you. It's not something I do. And we'll extract all the Archon. Okay, and also they get their own folders. Okay. We're going to open up Steam command. Now we're going to right click, or not right click, I'm sorry, just click up here, delete this, and just type CMD. And it's a little Windows hack. You'll get a command window already in the directory that the Explorer window's in, which is helpful. If you have an older computer like Windows 7 or well, I hope you're not using anything older than Windows 7 because they're not getting security updates anymore. You used to be able to shift right click and open a command window that way. That now opens PowerShell, which is functionally the same thing. Like you can accomplish the same tasks. I use PowerShell quite a bit, but PowerShell is gimmicky, and I don't want to overcomplicate this. So now, first thing we're going to say, Steam command, I just hit tab there to auto-complete it, right? Plus, force install directory, and let me just make sure that's correct. I'm not sure if plus goes there first, but oh, you see? Yep, there is a plus there. Okay. So we're going to force the install directory. We're going to say D. You may not have a D drive. You may have to use your C drive. Again, use your brain. Put this thing where you want it. You're telling Steam command the directory where you want to install apps. Because Steam command is basically a command line utility for Steam. And Steam installs everything in the same place. All of your Steam games live side by side in the same folder, if you're not paying attention to them. You can change that. I don't recommend it. But for Steam command, and because we're building servers, we kind of want to isolate them into their own framework directories. So we're going to say force install directory. It will default to the directory you're in, I believe. But we're going to say, we're going to quote this and say server backslash PalWorld. Okay. And then we have to do the login thing. So it's plus login. Login's anonymous, right? And then we say, is it a plus sign there? It is. Plus app underscore update. And now we use that app ID. which is, just type it, 1623730 plus validate. You should always validate. It's literally the same thing as when you right-click a game in your Steam library, and you tell it to validate server or validate configuration files. That's what it's doing. Do that. It's important. Now the thing where it says login anonymous, you can actually put your Steam name there, your Steam login information there, and it will prompt you for a password, and it will log you in, just like you logged in from Steam. Don't do that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's encrypted, but if you're going to do that, just use Steam. I'm going to wait for this thing to install. It's going to take a hot minute, or not. Also, I'm endlessly amused at the fact that command not found, validate. Really? Did I do it wrong? I did. No plus in front of the validate. Okay. And also you're supposed to put plus quit on the end of that, which is why I still have a Steam prompt here. Okay. Really? Oop. Wrong thing. Alright, let's see if we got our tutorial PAL server. Right? And we're supposed to have a directory. PalWorld. Say Steam Apps folder. That's what it does. Fucking goblin. Alright. But it did not actually install it. No subscription. I'm so dumb. Okay, so this is the PalWorld game. This is the app ID for the game, not the dedicated server. They are different entities in Steam. I think the store page goes back. Yeah, it doesn't even come up as the store page. Hang tight. See if you can find this bad boy. Pocket Bear. Interesting. That ain't it. Alright. If I need to, I could just go into my Steam directory to get the app ID, but this is the one. Alright, so now let's try that again. You just press up. Cycle back to your terminal history. So it's 2394010. Okay. Validate. And then plus quit. Okay. That should do it this time. I'm an idiot. Well, this is going to take a hot minute. It's actually not too bad, considering this is the percentage of the download. 22% already. And my wife is streaming on Twitch. She's watching Gassy Mexican also play PalWorld. And yeah, that's going pretty quickly. These stats are really impressive. Well, these are the server stats. If we look at actual PalWorld statistics. Yeah, it's just okay. Is it just stuck at the top? Is that what's happening here? Oh no, this is the price history. No, I'm looking for the downloads. Oh, that's Steam charts. I want charts.
It's these.
Ooh. Well, the download's working just fine, but apparently nothing else is. Oh, and of course I'm, streaming to my Twitch, so I'm using all kinds of bandwidth here. Although that's up bandwidth, which is different, and it shouldn't be bottlenecking anything.
I'm also watching the ferrets.
Oh, she has 2 streams hot up because we have the Ferret software stream going on. You should throw that on the TV so I have some background music. No?
The last time I had it on the TV, you told me to turn it down so you didn't have the music playing in the background.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna buy the OST anyway, just so I can use it. Be a lot easier than that than what I want to do, because what I want to do is get my guitar and do a little bit of strumming. But for me to do that, I have to bring my amp downstairs and then plug my amp into my computer so that I can do all the recording. And then I gotta get, I don't even know where I would think to begin with like doing audio mastery and whatnot. I had to do like a whole research thing on that. I used to use a program called Goldwave, but that was back in like the Windows XP days. I don't even know if that's still around or if it's any good. Alright, are we done downloading yet? Can I stop at the tangent? 94%, we're almost done. Okay. Yoink. Yoink. If this video's at all a hit, maybe I'll do some others too, like setting up Arc as a dedicated server. If anybody's watching and seeing me look off to my left of my camera and you can't figure out if I'm talking to my wife, because she is very much a part of the streams that I do, even though she doesn't want to be a part of the streams that I do. I'm waiting for her to insert her middle finger into the camera. Alright, we're downloaded. Now, you're going to see me type this all the time, ls. If you don't know, ls is dir, but for Linux. And, see, I've got my virtual box right here, which I run a series of Linux virtual machines. I use Linux all the time. And it looks like I've got my directory. That wasn't what I was expecting to happen. But okay, I guess. Did I pick up the forced install directory? No. Is it being a finicky bitch? Yeah, probably. Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, PalWorld. Okay, yeah, no, this is right. This is, okay, yep, this is fine. Alright, so, from our tutorial, from wherever you install it, right? You go into your, not Steam command. this is the full path that I gave force dir, or force install dir. First thing we're going to do is go to PAL folder. Oh, there's nothing here. It's not here yet. We're going to run it one time, which is going to break. And it's going to break because I have another server running. See, it's yelling about can't bind because I'm already using these ports. And it's funny, it's not even complaining about the connection port. That's the Archon port that it's complaining about. I didn't know it was going to do that. We're learning together. Amazing. But did it make anything? It probably didn't start properly, right? It built the config directory. Alright. So if you didn't catch that, in the PAL folder, we go to saved. As soon as the server starts, by the way, just turn it off. Then we go to the config, Windows Server directory. This is pretty standard setup for a server built with Unreal. Arc Survival Evolved is set up literally identically. I'm sorry, maybe I just kicked you in the leg. First things first, game user settings any. Alright. I want you to look at this, but there's literally nothing in here you're going to care to change except maybe this. This is the dedicated server name. So we're going to call it Tutorial Server. Give it a quick Control S and close that. Don't mess with anything else in here. There's nothing else in here you really need. And honestly, I don't know why there's audio settings for the fucking server. That doesn't make any sense to me. Unless it's a broadcast thing, like the default sound for the animals that are not your character or whatever. I don't know. But again, I have no idea how any of this is implemented. I didn't write the server. I'm just using it. Alright, we're going to close that. Then we're going to go to PalWorld Settings. This folder, or this file, is empty. And don't worry, so is almost every other file in this folder. With the exception of one, and that's the engine one. The engine one's got a bunch of shit in it. But nothing important to us. Alright, I'm going to open a new. Don't worry about all of that, you don't need most of that. I'm just going to drag that right out of here so I can reference it on my other monitor. Here's what we need. Option. Oh, well, I almost forgot. We got to do our square bracket. It's script /pal dot. You know what? I'm going to copy pasta. I hate to do this, but that same file I was in before, the PalWorld settings file. Open that up in Notepad++. Right, we'll drag that over here. Okay, we're going to take that heading, put it in. We're going to say option setting, right? And then, as I said before, we only put in values that we know are going to change. So we want the Archon port and Archon enabled. And here's what I did before. I did that. Right? And I made this nice formatted text. And then I came back over here and I grabbed, I want to say admin password equals, and for the sake of, you know, this tutorial, we just made the password tutorial. Which is, again, not a good password. Don't use tutorial as your server's password. That's a bad idea. Alright. And then I left it like this. Well, this is invalid. You can't do this. This has to be one line of text with no spaces and no new lines. That is what that should look like. And now it will parse it correctly. I'm almost 1,000% sure. The only reason I split it up to begin with was to make it more readable for viewing digest. I didn't even need it that way. I just got used to seeing it that way. So now if I restart the PAL server, there we go. Now I go back into here, back to folder tutorial. Nope. Now everything's all over the place and a disaster. Alright, I go to here, I type cmd, and I type -h 192.168.5.5 25027. Nope, backwards. 27025-p. So that's host, port, and password. Well, looky fucking there, it works. Because I put new lines in the config file. You cannot do that. It breaks Unreal's parser. Alright, so now all I have to do is say info unknown command. Right, because I put a slash in front of it. Info. There we go. Welcome to PAL server, default PalWorld server. Okay. Now what if I say if I say I actually don't remember what most of the commands are now for the admin. Like they got weird commands. Usually you just say users, right? And it lists the users, but like that's how most servers will implement Archon. PalWorld was like, nah, that's way too easy. So we're gonna say PalWorld admin. Nope. Yeah, admin commands work fine. Show players is the command. That's it. So we'll say show players. Watch, it got timed out. Yep, sure did. Show players. No response because there's no one on the server. Now if I connect to the server real quick, it'll show me, and it'll show my player UUID and my Steam ID, which is useful when you have to /kick somebody or /ban somebody. Which really? Oh, it's ban player, I think. Yeah. And then you pass. This is an OR symbol. Either the UID or the Steam ID, and it will figure it out. So, and it's the same thing for kick player, except it should have a no, just kick, no reasons. It doesn't have a reason. That's weird. That's so weird. But whatever. There you go. That took way longer than I wanted it to over a stupid bug because I wasn't thinking. But there we go. That's a PAL dedicated server built and put where you wanted to be put. And by the way, this stuff is not like really intelligent. You can drag it around if you want. If something isn't where you want it to be, these aren't like installed programs in your computer. It's not like you ran an exe and it put libraries here and executables there and it did a whole registry entry. Servers don't do that. You can literally grab this at any time, right? Here's the whole PalWorld server directory, right? It says everything in here. This tutorial folder. You can grab this, just cut it, and literally paste it. I don't want to put it in there. We're going to delete this. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to paste it in here. Oh, because I have stuff open in Notepad++. Probably. Oh, and also the server is running. You can't do that while it's running. Okay, let's close all of this. No. Close. Close. There we go. Wow, I had a lot of stuff going. So anyways, I was saying, you could cut this, go in here, paste it in here. And this will continue to work. It works fine. Which I'm a big fan of. So if, for whatever reason, Steam Command does not put something where you think it should be, or if you're running the issue where I just had, where you didn't quote the whole directory name, so it truncated it, you can fix it relatively easy without having to download the whole thing again. That being said, all of this information comes with a huge caveat, and I was talking about it earlier when I was actually streaming the game. If you choose to install the PalWorld dedicated server on your home computer, or on a computer that is in your home network, on your residential internet connection, do not forward the ports to allow access to your PalWorld server to people outside of the internet, or outside of your network. Yeah, I don't care if your friend in another state wants to play with you on your server. Rent a node for that. Go get a host. Do not let traffic from the internet directly into your network via port forwarding, because, well, let me put this in a way that's abysmal. It's like screaming into the internet, please come fuck me, free KY for the first 100 hackers. No joke, that's what's going to happen. This is a brand new piece of software. PalWorld has been on the market for less than a week. We don't know if there's security vulnerabilities in it. There probably is, because we haven't had time to field test this stuff yet. And it's very possible that your shit will get broken. So don't do that. If you want to run a PalWorld dedicated server, go to Nodecraft. Go to Shockbyte. Okay, well, they're advertising Minecraft server hosting, but they do all kinds of stuff. Right, game servers. Look, Minecraft, Ark, Rust. Again, Ark. PalWorld is built in the same engine Ark is. I forgot that Stardew Valley has a server. I should look into that. Oh, there we go. PalWorld. Skyrim together is I don't even want to know. Okay, that seems inherently broken. Factorio. Conan Exile, The Forest. I'm so sorry I own that game. Anyway, alright, there are lots of solutions out there. If you want to run a dedicated server for you and friends to play on, go rent a host. Whatever this costs you isn't going to be nearly as expensive as replacing all the shit behind your router. Again, I've been doing this for 20 years. I have seen all sorts of bad. I have been through the blaster worm, the sasser worm, the W32 hand tanner that tore up all of us that were working in Newgrounds. No. Don't fuck around. The internet's a dangerous place. Don't open ports unless you know exactly what you were doing, and you have, if you know how to set up and configure a DMZ properly, and you can configure a Moxie firewall, and you actually own one. Of course, if you've reached a point in your life where you purchased a Moxie firewall, you're already smart enough to know that you shouldn't be letting people from the internet into your network. That's all I've got for stream tonight. I'd like to get back to actually playing games and enjoying time with my wife. I wanted to do this tutorial. I will probably do more tutorials on other games, other game servers, hopefully with less to do about shit breaking. And if there are requests, I will happily take them. Other than that, I'm gonna go play PalWorld and shoot Pokemon in the fucking face. Bye.